the first idea on how to awaken such a contraption, let alone control it. But then I'm not an archon of this Charlayan. I don't know why that was so hard to say right there, but yeah. I shall begin at once. You may wish to step back. So I guess, like, Y'shtola is able to help us out because she's also Charlayan. Right, Charlayan? Okay. This is cool to see. So remember guys, we're doing this because we need to like find a huge giant source of aether to basically power a huge dome over us so that all of the Empire ships hopefully cannot get through. I'm surprised she didn't collapse. It looked like it took a lot out of her.
Did it work?
It did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
That's awesome. Okay, so the burn was like completely drained of ether, and so it was dead. It was just like ash. It was like just crumbling. It was nothing. It was so desolate. Chatting with someone really quick. 2 seconds. Okay. To manipulate ether is in such vast quantities is draining to say the least. I shall take it slowly for a while. I was gonna say, like I said, I'm surprised she didn't collapse. That looked like it took a lot of strength right there. I do not prefer to understand what you did, Y'shtola, but you did it. Thanks to you and Sabrina, of course. We have taken a momentous step towards securing our defenses. Now, as much as I believe a rest is in order, we should probably make haste back to the Enclave. Agreed. The others may already have returned from their missions, and I would know how things stand. As would I. Without further ado then. Where I keep forgetting to reset up my lurk command. Ah, sorry about that, Jay. But thank you for the lurk. I had a lurk command set up, and then I took everything off a Nightbot and brought it over to Fossabot, and I just keep forgetting. Hayden is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes. I don't know why I always feel the need to read his. He literally says the same thing every single time. Alright, let's talk to everyone first. My lord informs me you were instrumental to the success of his mission to the Azim Steppe. Though we hope to make more allies, we could wish for no better than you and your fellow scions. Each of the factions lent an ear to our petition. As anticipated, however, many were unwilling to do any more than that. Everyone has returned. Excellent. Time to take stock. It would seem we were the last to arrive. It was Alice I have to say. Alice I have to say. Judging by your triumphant expressions, I take it all went well on the Azim Steppe. Indeed, we have secured a suitable source of energy for the barrier. Good. Tatario and I have commissioned Garland Ironworks to ensure that the field generators function as they should. A team of engineers stand ready to set out for the burn at a moment's notice. You need only say the word. I thank you for engaging their services on our behalf. The minutiae of the arrangement you may leave to me. Which just leaves the smaller matter of our alliance. So, Yugiri and Hakuro, how fared you with our neighbors? My lord, all of the factions we approached are in agreement that the Empire possesses a threat, and many responded positively to talk of our alliance. From Hingashi to Sui no Satu, however, we received outright rejections. The former will not break its treaty with the Empire, and the latter will not involve itself in conflict. Just as we expected then. Well, there is not to be done about it. We must focus on the rest. To each of the nations that were amenable to an alliance, I will personally send a missive. And once I have attended to that, I believe we will have done everything we can to fortify Doma's defenses, for the time being at least, all of which means I may leave for the meeting in Alamigo with a lighter heart. Yugiri, Hakuro, if you would be so kind as to hold the fort in my absence. I feel like this is gonna be another bloody banquet, like this meeting in Alamigo. I feel like something's gonna go bad at this meeting. My friends, we could not have achieved so much in so little time without your help. For that, I give you my heartfelt thanks. Till the meeting, then. I took the liberty of asking Thancred to attend as well. He should have arrived in the Alamigan quarter by now. And let us not keep him waiting, shall we? What if Zeno shows up during this meeting? That could be interesting. What is she looking at? Ah, right. You're not from around here. Can't imagine what call you'd have to chat with me, but by all means, if you've got something to ask away. Oh, okay, I don't really care. She was just looking up. I hate navigating this place. Oh god, this headache! Why? Okay. It occurs to me that this will be the first time I meet the leaders of the Alliance in any official capacity. More stiff greetings, pleasantries, formalities. Does that sound about right? Let us hope that the coming meeting passes more peaceably than the last such gathering in Alamigo. Everyone to talk to? Yeah. Ishtola has told me all, and I duly told Urianger and Cryo. Kyle in particular was concerned about Alphino, but I assured her that everything that can be done is being done. She agreed to continue with her own tasks for the time being on the condition that I contact her the moment there is any development. So, that leaves 4 of us to attend the council. Arnvald is here to assist with security. Incidentally, though, the poor lad seems altogether too distracted for the task. Another one missing, Alphino, I expect. But it's almost time. As soon as you are ready, present yourself to the guardsmen at the palace entrance. I shan't be far behind. Wait, so why is Arnvald not able to help? If you can spare a moment after the proceedings, consider seeking out Arnvald. A word from you would do wonders for the lad, I'm sure. Okay. It occurs to me this will be the first time I meet the leaders of the Alliance in an official capacity. Oh, okay, so she just said that. Alright, nothing's changed with that. Okay. The Scions of the 7th Dawn. Welcome to Alamigo. The Alliance leaders have already arrived. May I show you to the meeting chamber? Ah! Ah! Every time I get this message, I just suddenly feel like, what's about to happen? Okay. Upon proceeding the royal palace, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Alright, guys, get your popcorn ready. What's happening? Alright, we've set aside sufficient time. There's Abrick again, there's Abrick!
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
Our little
The
husband,
pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the 7th Dawn have played in bringing all of us together.
Oh my god, guys, I've been so Amaric deprived. It feels so good to see his beautiful face on screen again. He's still #1 husbando. Ah, that gorgeous face. Okay, I know that we're in like a serious meeting. I just had to get my fangirl out, okay? Okay, by the way, guys, if you know how to make body pillows, can I please commission you to make a body pillow with ceramic on it? A sexy ceramic body pillow. I need to embrace the ultimate degeneracy here. Okay, anyways, so, nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far, and 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part of the Scions of the 7th Dawn have played in bringing all of us together. I hope they don't come to resent us for bringing them all together. Like, I don't know. I hear this, and you know, right now this is said with good intentions. I just hope something doesn't happen where they all come to resent us. I also want to make a note that I love starting to see like men and women leaders around the table. And I'm not saying like it should be all men or whatever, or that it should be all women. Like, at first I thought, yeah, that's incredible that all these women leaders are, or all the leaders are women. But it's nice to see a good balance between the two. So, I don't know, it's really cool.
In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Ul'dah.
I was just thinking that, which is why I said not too long ago, I hope that this doesn't turn into some kind of bloody banquet.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, Never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council.
Oh, Robin, he's gone through so much. There's nothing more heartfelt to see that he was able to not only come home, but come back as a leader of his home. You know, like he regained, it's like he regained his life, and I'm just so happy for him. I also feel like as every person's going around the table and saying their thanks, this is the last time we're all gonna be together 100% like this, which makes me a little nervous. I have tissue boxes on hand. Yeah.
I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alphino. Would that the lad could be with us.
I too owe my presence here to Alphino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friends. Let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, tell us how things stand in the east.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
What are they drinking? What's in
The
tea?
winds suggest but one course to
trusting.
me. One which leads from the sea unto the river, and thence to the source of all our woes.
The wind suggests but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river, and thence to the source of all our woes. Okay?
The Ascians.
Yeah.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
These are all such interesting questions. I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic: subterfuge.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
Okay. I'm trying to, like, if I'm rereading this, it's because I want to make sure I fully understand, okay? So, we dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness. Okay. A part of me is wondering if that's Urianger. Is Urianger an
It does have
Ascian?
the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
So now we also have to remember that, like, these people are, like, that have seen Xenos are unfazed by the fact that Xenos is back. So that also tells me that the Ascians may have also, manipulated, manipulated the people that have seen Xenos return. I have that in my notes, too, from last stream. It says, why would an Ascian want to take over all of the Empire who are associated with Xenos, and then an Ascian taking over Xenos' dead body? Is it to get closer to us? Can Ascians take over multiple bodies at once? Are there Ascians we haven't met yet? Okay, and so, yeah, that's what I have on my notes so far.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however.
Why is it panning to the Phoenix? Is something here? Wait, can Ascians possess inanimate objects? I want to write this down. Is it possible that they could be listening in on us? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was taking some notes here. Okay.
There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces would be too enticing to ignore.
You know, I honestly feel like the way that this is worded, so Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet. I feel like that's such a disgrace to Xenos in a way, because of how much power and terror he, like, held. And I don't know, the fact that now he's just being a puppet is such, like, a disgrace to him. In a way. I mean, I'm not saying, like, I'm on Xenos' side by any means, but for those who are a fan of Xenos, like, to find out that he's just being used as a puppet, I think that's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if disgrace is the right word for it, but you know what I mean? You know? Do you not? I don't know. I'm trying to explain this.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
Time for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Oh shit! That's...
That way. Sorrow. History
Is this Zodiac?
must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead
Called it.
looms light, expunging all form and life. Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
Huh?
There's a voice.
So we're not the elements experiencing this?
Spies in our midst.
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Was Robon not affected at all?
Is it over?
Why did that voice sound so familiar? Okay, so we gotta take some notes here. So, this was interesting. So whenever the Echo calls to us, we see something in the past. This dark voice that called to us was showing us the future, or telling us about the future. So I find that very interesting. Something else I'd like to make note. For a very long time, I have said we are going to cause a calamity, or there will be a calamity, and I feel like it's just been confirmed. So, okay. So, let's see, mentioned there'd be a calamity. Someone is spying in on us, which I literally just said that before as they were panning up to the bird. So interesting. And did it not affect Robon? I'm curious about that. I don't want to write down my notes just yet. Oh gosh. Okay. Hey, Shrimp. It's so funny. Just now when like this dark voice like called to us, they mentioned throw wide open the gates or something, and I was like, oh, you literally just told me that. Okay. Did you just see what happened? Were you there for that, or should I explain to you and walk through you like what notes I've taken so far with this meeting? Because I feel like I need somebody to talk to about this. I know, but I'm going... based on my reactions, do I need to talk to you about my thoughts on what I have so far of this meeting? Or have you seen everything so far from my reaction? Finish this quest, then talk. Well, I've been taking notes, okay? I'm gonna freaking tell you my notes as is, alright? So, there was a moment when Thancred was talking that the camera angle panned up to one of the birds. As that happened, I said, can Ascians possess inanimate objects? I feel like we are being watched. So I said, are they listening in on our conversation we are having with all the leaders in Alamigo? Funny enough, something just happened. Okay, so then I was thinking, well, the echo shows us the past. This dark voice that pulled us away, kind of like how the echo does, was telling us about the future. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if there's a correlation to that or not, or if that's kind of completely off the rails. It did affect everyone. It didn't seem to affect Raubon, though. So is Raubon sus? Or, I don't know. And then this dark voice mentioned there will be a calamity, which is something I've been calling for a very long time. So, okay, that's where I'm at.
Master Thancred!
I freaking knew something was gonna happen. I knew something. This wasn't gonna be just a meeting.
12 for Fend.
I had a feeling. I was literally gonna be like, as we walked into the meeting, I said, please don't tell me this is going to be another bloody banquet or something happens. But it's the game. I knew something was going to happen.
Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready.
Hold on, I forgot to add a note. It's funny because they showed cups of tea on the table and I was like, don't drink that tea, don't trust it. And then something happened.
Swiftly!
I had a feeling someone at that table is not innocent. Like, we can't trust some person at that table.
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
Why is Raubon not here?
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
Oh, not all the leaders are here.
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, milady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
I think this is where we're going to finally start learning more about Thancred and what happened to him when he came out of the live stream. We never really talked to him about his experience and what happened, like truly sat down and talked to him about it. Everyone else we kind of did. So I think I'm finally gonna understand a little bit more about Thancred, and I have a feeling this is why Thancred was so affected by what just happened.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
This kind of sucks because we need Thancred for like everything that we just discussed.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors.
I have a feeling he's gonna wake up to such devastation.
Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Alize and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
This has to be Ascian doing, right?
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely.
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
So, was I crazy to ask if that voice was Zodiark? I don't know. I'm gonna write that down just in case. I don't know. Because it really felt like the echo calling to us, like when Hydaelyn would talk to us, kind of thing. Or whatever, you know, like when Hydaelyn would yank us, like just yoink us out into wherever she is, kind of thing. I feel like the same thing happened, but this time we were in a dark place. So I don't know. And it's very interesting because there was wait, I sensed the presence of a powerful what? That just suddenly popped up on the screen. What the hell? Someone mentioned it was the grandma, Serena's grandma. She mentioned that there was a dark presence around us, and we would not have known that if we hadn't just randomly decided to see what was on her mind. So, they said the soul was plucked from the flesh. Yes. I was thinking about that too. Does this involve like the soul crystal? Or is this like just a completely different thing? Like the soul crystal is not involved? Not exactly the same thing? Okay. So, when I hear your soul being plucked from your flesh, like called, this kind of makes me think back to when I had mentioned we're going to be called home. Like, we're going to be called back home. Or we will help someone get back home. I don't really have a basis of why I thought that. That was just something that I felt would be happening in the game. Nothing really triggered that idea. It was just me just sitting here thinking, and I was like, I don't know. It was just kind of like something that kind of came to me. So, if our soul's being plucked from our flesh and being called, is it being called back home? I don't know. And sometimes I think, you know, like there is more than one version of us, but is our soul one version of us and our human form another version of us? And is that possibly the two different versions of us? Is that two different entities? Because I think I heard, it's been a long time since I truly listened to this song, I think in Answers they mentioned something about souls intertwining. I wonder if that has anything to do with this.
Cold. I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul. That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether, a consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian La Hebrea.
Okay. I'm going!
The owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
I want to like highlight the important parts of my notes, but everything I'm writing down seems so important, so I'm like, I don't even know what to highlight. Just be highlighting it all.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, all right?
Thank you, Lys. As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
I really hope it's not Urianger that's behind this, but I also wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so now we have to go see what's up with Arnwald. Let's talk to everyone first. Don't worry about Thancred. I'll send word as soon as there's any change. If the Ascians are indeed responsible, we must take steps to protect ourselves, though I know not how. Never have I encountered such a phenomenon. If this is magic, it is beyond my ken. I just tried to call Urianger on his link pearl. He didn't respond, but I dare to hope that he possesses some knowledge we do not. Yeah, I think he does, and not in a good way. Ah, Urianger, something happened during the meeting. Thancred's collapsed. A disembodied voice suddenly started... What? But that's... We should talk about this in person. Alright, we'll meet you there. I feel like Urianger already knows everything that's happening. That was Urianger. He heard the voice too. I wonder if he's just playing though. In Thanolin? Yeah, I think that's a great reason to be a little sus. There's a Drow-Star talking in Shout in my area. It's funny. Anyway, sorry, scroll moment. Okay. As we alone were afflicted at the meeting, I had my suspicions, but if the voice is also spoke to Urianger, there can be little doubt. The Scions were targeted specifically. By whom and to what end is the question. One to which we must find an answer with all possible haste. Okay, so all Scions were affected, which is why Raban was not affected. Okay. Which also means the other leaders were not affected either. So, let me cross off this then. Where did I write that? So did that conclude 4.4? Are we about to start 4.5? This is the last? Okay. Prelude in Violet. Why does that sound familiar? We talked about this. Where was this mentioned? This title. Oh! This is the 4.4 title. This is the 4.4 name. Yeah. I was like, I recently typed this out somewhere. Okay. Urianger agreed to meet us at the Rising Stones. If any of the others heard the voice, we'll find out soon enough. Oh, so this is 4.5, right? Or this is wrapping up. What is 4. No, 4.4 involved the moon. The patch name involved the moon. Look at my, YouTube. Oh, this is the finale? Okay. Okay, yeah. 4.3 was Under the Moonlight. Okay. I had to double check there for a second. Okay. I'm asking because I'm gonna go do this long roundabout way of putting a marker down on my VOD, so I know where 4.4 ends, and I can easily just cut that out and put all of 4.4 up onto my YouTube. So, speaking of, guys, just now as I was checking my YouTube to check on patch names, I saw that I'm only 12 subscribers away from 800, so I'll check her out on YouTube. Good luck. I should get back to the meeting with the Elder Saint Seer, but if there's anything I can do, anything at all, you must let me know, alright? Promise me. Hey King, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Keep today up. How you doing? Right, let's be on our way.
Urianger! Gods, it's good to see you.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances. I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
I also want to know, did this affect Taro? If it affected all Scions, did it affect her?
You heard it too, then?
And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
Or you? No.
That I cannot say. Not when so little is known. Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
I just do not trust Urianger.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at two apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
If the Aether is growing thin in like lots of parts of the world, then who on earth is drawing in all of this Aether and what do they need it for? And if that's the case, I have a feeling that's what's going to lead up to this calamity that I've been assuming will happen for such a long time. Looks like this null device works for Twitch. Oh, are you, did you get Twitch on your phone? The Twitch app can be a little jank sometimes, but it's nice to have when you're on the go and you can't be at a computer.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed. I shall make it my task to... The voice. It calleth to me once more.
What the hell is happening?
I hear it too.
Only you. Only you.
No! Ishtola! Urianger!
Throw wide the gates.
This is why you were saying this, Shrimp. You were using this specifically for a reason when you were messaging me. What does that mean?
No, this can't be happening!
Wait, is Urianger gone too? And... Motherfucker, if you take Y'shtola away from me, there will be hell to pay.
Urianger, open your eyes!
Okay, what is the significance between throw wide open the gates? Throw wide open the gates. Is this the gates to our memories that we can't seem to remember? I'm highlighting this. I thought I had a highlighter. Okay, I don't know where my highlighter is. So, we'll put a big, fat, giant star next to this. What on earth? This voice has mentioned this a few times now. Throw wide, open the gates. And now, we are down... Okay, currently we're down Thancred, Y'shtola, and Urianger. What do these three have in common? Two of them came out of the live stream. Urianger never went to the live stream. But they are all Ascian, or not Ascians, Scions. So interesting.
Open your eyes, I beg you! Say something. Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
Why do I have a feeling this all comes down to us? Like, why? Maybe we're the reason this is all happening and we just don't know why yet. And if the voice is also talking to them and they're being called, what are they hearing? This is an unprecedented predicament for the Scions, but we must remain strong, the least of us most of all. So, now is this starting 4.5? I want to make sure I'm putting the marker down in the right spot on my VOD. But Prelude and Violet is what, that's the name of 4.5, right? Oh, I haven't uploaded 4.4 to my... That's... Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. You told me I only had 2 quests left of 4.4, and I've already done more than 2 quests left, so I wasn't sure. You gave me inaccurate information. Forgive me, that was an unseemly display. You weren't here for the other 2 I completed, Shrimp. That happened before your very eyes, my lady. None here would have behaved any differently. We have borne the 2 of them to a private chamber. But, tell me, Is it true that Master Thancred languishes in a like state in Alamigo? I'm afraid so, though, given the circumstances, it would seem to be best to observe them together. I will send word to Lys that he should be brought here. Take heart, my lady. The world is full of scholars and knowledgeable folk of every persuasion. Someone out there is bound to know what ails our comrades and how it may be cured. Thus will we ruse them no matter what. That we will. Hori? That we will. But first things first, our comrades will have questions. May I ask that you explain the situation to them? I must attend to a private matter. I promised I'd visit someone in Limsa Lomitsa. He's been waiting at Maelstrom Command for a while now. Who's she visiting? You know, you should come along too. I think he'd be glad to see you. As you probably guessed, it's... Oh, Gabu! We've come to see. The private here will be bringing him out to us. No! Ever since the Maelstrom took him in, I've tried to visit as often as I can, and after what befell our friends, I was taken by the urge to visit again. It's difficult to explain. Oh, we get to see Gabu! My heart! It's him. No, look at him!
Here he is, my lady.
Gabu, it's been too long.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
Wow. So sad.
I see. You're still fighting. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night?
I was just thinking
of
about
the stars
that.
beyond count twinkling in the heavens. I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones. Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them, that That I cannot bear.
I do have a feeling that we're gonna go into Stormblood by ourselves. Just completely.
And for that, I am grateful. I don't know what I would do without you.
Did I say Stormblood? I meant Shadowbringers.
Well, that's more than enough brooding for one day. Come on. We have friends to save.
This is nice seeing Gabu again. I feel so bad for him that he still isn't better, but just to see that familiar face again was really nice. Let's return to the Rising Stone and take it from there. Thanks again for agreeing to come. It meant a lot to me. It'd be interesting, like, so we came into Heaven's Ward with Alphino as our partner. It'd be really interesting if we came into Shadowbringers with Alice as our partner this time. Okay, this is the turn in. I did some thinking on the way back, and I think Hori is right. We need to seek outside help. Ordinarily, we would turn to our own experts on such matters, but they're among the stricken. I will begin by reaching out to the myriad guilds and research institutions here in Eorzea. Additionally, Grandfather and Menphilia had a wealth of connections between them, and I mean to explore those avenues too. We'll find a way to save everyone, mark my words. This is the first time that we've heard of, like, Louisoix and Menphilia, like, being mentioned in a long time. Much and more has happened in recent days, some of it for the good, some not so. But all around me, people continue their fight. From the shinobi who search for Alphino to the Alliance members who make ready to move against the Empire. They march on in the face of great adversity, bearing heavy burdens. Everyone is playing their part, and so must I. You have your own part to play, I know, but it's bigger than most, so I won't keep you. Just promise that you'll visit from time to time, and I promise I'll have good tidings to share with you when you do. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Get my pen and paper ready. So, like, does Xenos' dad not know that this is, like, Xenos as a puppet?
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart. Have you no words for me? Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool. When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment.
When I first took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. Is this back when, like, Xenos, like, actually took over? Or is this, like, when he arose from the dead?
And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate?
But he didn't. We killed him. We defeated him.
Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely. Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it. We'll speak again when you have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave, Father.
There was a cutscene, the Ascian talking to the dad and taking off his mask, but we saw his backside, not the face. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. Thank you for jogging my memory on that. Hey, welcome back, Cog. How was the party? Did you have fun? What is he hiding?
I should be the one to sigh.
Oh, who's this?
I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back.
What?
Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree?
Who are you?
What? Have you no words for me either?
I was gonna say, like, what's going on with the dad?
No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery. Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms.
Wait, grandson? Dearest grandson? Huh?
You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern.
Everyone answers to someone.
Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool. His choices as emissary seldom err. If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal. That is why this empire exists, why I built it.
Okay, Solus Zos Galvis. Solus Zos. That needs to be it. Okay. This is interesting because yeah, he built the Empire. And I literally just asked you the other day, Shrimp. I was like, well, okay, who answers to, like, who runs the Empire? Like, we were talking about all these different legions and stuff. I was like, who, like, everyone answers to someone. So who's, like, the top of the dude? And so I guess it's this guy? Built the Empire. Oh, I literally just made notes of that. You love him? He's actually pretty cool. There's someone I follow on TikTok that has the exact same hairstyle as him. I wonder if they play this game. In fact, they look just like this guy.
Oh dear. Have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read.
I was gonna say, man, like, did the cat literally catch his tongue?
I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The founding father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos.
That is... wow. Okay, hold on, I'm writing this down. Yeah, founding father was an Ascian. So that kind of answers this question I had over here where, let's see, what is it? Where'd it go? Why would an Ascian want to take over all of the Empire who are associated with Xenos and then an Ascian taking over Xenos' dead body? So, okay, why would an Ascian want to take over all of the Empire? They didn't take over. They've always been there. The Empire was built by an Ascian. Like, that kind of answers that question a little bit. A little bit. That's so interesting. I don't know why why did I not put two and two together? I always thought of the Ascians as one party, the Empire is another party, and then, like, the Scions is another party. Like, you know, all of these, like... Why did I put two and two together? Why did I think that there were two different evils? It's just, like... gotta get together. I mean, that's not to say, like, everyone's on the same page, so there are, like, different versions of, like, who's evil and stuff, like, with different intentions, but, the founding father was an Ascian. Okay.
Don't take it personally. I merely do my duty. To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power. And there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns.
So is it him that's talking to us? Yeah, that is true. They didn't make it seem like the Ascians were a third party. They did a great job of doing that. So, is this Solus Zos Galvis, is he the one who's, like, talking to the Scions? Like, is he that dark voice? And his purpose is to bring a calamity. I've been saying this for so long. A calamity is happening. A calamity is happening. I've been saying this, like, for a very, very long time. I'm just saying. And the idea kind of first came around when I was doing the Bard questline, like, job questline, and they mentioned that we're in search of the Ballad of Oblivion, which literally just screams, a calamity is happening. So, I've been thinking about this for a very long time.
To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alag.
To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I'm quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to... What does paltry mean? I want to know. It's a word I've never heard before. Small or meager? Okay. So, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alag. So, small though it seems in comparison to Alag. Okay. What the hell? But we just met the guy! Alright, dude can't talk, but he can aim.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices.
So the dude can
Mark
talk.
me, Ascian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
That was so short-lived. I wanted to hear more from this guy. Wait, what?
Such a waste of time and energy. Both yours and mine.
So you just came right back.
Lest you forget, you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game.
So, like... if, like, an Ascian has a kid, does that kid also become an Ascian? Or is Ascian more like a job title? Or, like, with certain abilities, special abilities? Not like so much of like, I have babies, so therefore you are also human. Does that make any sense? And in that case, so then when this dude, when Xenos and his dad be like Ascians as well? Or is that not how that works? I'm a little confused here. Lest you forget, you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game. I kept saying, well, okay, I didn't keep saying this. I kept thinking to myself that this feels like one big chess game that we're playing here.
Oh, do stop sulking, boy. You, of all people, should understand.
Wait, so, okay. Like, he's an Ascian, he got shot, and was immediately, like, just back. Is that what happened to Xenos? Xenos isn't actually possessed by an Ascian, he just, like, he is? So when he, like, offed himself, he, like, just came back? Is that what happened?
Ours is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
Meanwhile, at Resistance encampment somewhere in the Empire. There's Alphino. What in the world? Where's Maxima? Oh, was that the one standing right next to us? What the hell? Why are they like zombified? Like her eyes. What's going on here? Dead. All dead. Yet I see no wounds nor any evidence of battle. Are all their eyes looking like that? Damn them. They finally used it. What? Use what? The Empire developed the Black Rose! What? Oh my god. Okay, I was going to mention this earlier, but I didn't think that this would... I didn't think that was right, so I didn't say anything. This is why I should just speak all of my thoughts, no matter how dumb they sound. Okay, so the Empire developed an alchemical weapon in Garabania, a gas, Black Rose it was called, and to breathe it is to breathe your last. So, I did this quest off stream, guys, and I took notes during this quest. It was one of those things where, like, I happened to stumble upon the quest, it sounded interesting, and so I did it. You know I took notes, it's just a matter of, like, where. Okay. Let's see, Garleans created a chemical called Black Rose. Black Rose proven to work, shut down by Legatus of the 12th, I think. Hold on. 10? No. 14th. Legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and interim leader of the Alamegan province, Gaius Belsar. Why did I write that? Okay, so that's actually all I wrote. Okay, so, okay. So the Black Rose worked. It was shut down by Legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and interim leader of the Alamegan province, Gaius Van Belsar. So that's what I had written down from that quest, that side quest. Okay, so the Empire is now using... Whoops. Okay. And that did this? I thought the project abandoned, and its vile fruit destroyed, but naught else could have wrought such an atrocity. Fools, what do they hope to gain with this butchery? Can they not see that a rule won through terror will not endure? How many more provinces must they lose? I wrote a good note, oddly enough. I wrote down what I learned from that side quest. That was like the meat and potatoes of that side quest, basically. Nay, wait, this is not the work of men, but monsters. The Ascians. It cannot be a coincidence that their trail led us here. Their objective was never to rule, but to show strife and discord. Such a crime does indeed bear the mark of the Bringers of Chaos. This is so interesting. I really like this name, Bringers of Chaos. I just want to write it down just because I like it. Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. We must find the Ascians and put an end to their plot. I actually have a vase of black roses, like artificial black roses. Next stream I'm going to bring them out and just have them as like a prop for my stream. Just because, you know, black roses, black rose, I don't know. Why not?